here. My apologies for the brief absence. Been process of moving, so my apologies. I'm just gonna run through a few things real quick because I don't want to make like continuous videos about different subjects. I'll just knock it out in one. So first thing I want to talk about obviously is the first episode of the Fight Night 360 with Pacquiao and Mosley, which aired this past Saturday. And it was pretty dope, man. I mean, they did a good job, getting real good footage of both guys, and the comparison's obviously going to be made to the 24/7. I think, and both to me have both products are really good. The difference in this case, obviously, is the promotion and the playing field that the fight camp is on this time around is obviously a lot grander than anything 24/7's been able to offer to a broader audience. So, for those of you who didn't see the show, I mean, right when the segments ended, went right into May 7th, live on pay-per-view, Manny Pacquiao, Shane Mosley, boom, 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 boom. Commercials aired, boom, back to the show. Ended, same shit, live on pay-per-view, boom, 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 boom. And then throughout the day, they had the women's final, they had the Final Four, and they were showing it live on pay-per-view. Manny Pacquiao, Shane Mosley. So, I mean, like I said, I made a video prior talking about, that this would be good for boxing if it got enough, promotion behind it. And that's what I was afraid of, as far as how much ads are going to be put through. Like, I just finished watching UConn. Shout to UConn, win a national championship, and they were airing commercials for at least where I was at. I'm in Florida. They were airing commercials live on pay-per-view. Manny Pacquiao, Shane Mosley. So it's a good look, man. And truthfully, I think this is. And I mentioned this prior, that competitively a lot of the boxing fans don't look at this fight as a competitive fight for Pacquiao, even at least for after the first 4 rounds, but what it's doing is it's making it an attraction, okay? Because both guys, they're gonna come to fight, and that's what people are paying to see. The argument again is, he should be fighting better fighters and so forth, which, we all agree. I mean, we'd like to see him fight, I guess, Andre Berto. Obviously we want to see him fight Floyd. We can't do nothing about that. He could fight Tim Bradley. He could fight, I guess he's not going to fight Amir Khan, but, and people obviously want him to fight Sergio Martinez, but that's not going to happen. So, this fight, what they're trying to do is they're trying to sell this fight kind of like how they did in the 80s and the 70s, man. Like, you had fights where one guy was better than the other, but you were guaranteed an action fight. And this is what this is how they're selling this fight. They know that Mosley, they're putting it in there that Mosley's not looking to win this fight. I mean, they're making it very obvious, so that's how they're selling the fight. They're selling the fight on the merit that, Mosley's older, but he could still pack a punch, and Pacquiao likes to fight. But obviously, we can't, it ain't a guarantee that Pacquiao is going to come in and just bum rush Mosley, man, because he always surprises us with different shit. So, the show was good, man. I thought it was pretty dope. And the next one, I believe, airs on the 16th. So look forward to that. The next topic was Bernard Hopkins and Jean Pascal 2. I saw the whole scuffle during the press conference, and Pascal calling out B-Hop to take a test and all this shit. I'm like, oh my God, man. I mean, they're trying to hype the fight and everything, and I read somewhere that Pascal retracted his comments and shit, and then Bernard being B-Hop, man, like, he's like, yo, don't be surprised if this dude dies in the ring. Like, and typical B-Hop, man. And I was gonna do a prediction video on this, but I might as well just talk about it now. And this fight to me is gonna be pretty much like what we saw in the first fight, except I think Bernard from the very beginning is gonna take control of the entire fight. He's gonna apply the type of pressure that he was applying on Pascal when Pascal started to tire out, and that's what is inevitably gonna happen. He's probably like a 5-round fighter, and he's not a very active fighter. And I think Bernard, when he got knocked down in those with those shots, but I think a lot of it was Bernard just overcommitting and maybe being unaware of Pascal's ability, at least to what he has. I mean, he's not like the greatest light heavyweight we've seen, but I mean the guy's obviously there for a reason. But I think in a situation like this, man, Bernard Hopkins has the smarts, and he's got the ability to implement a game plan that Pascal is just really not going to be able to overcome. The only thing you got to question is whether or not, and we do this with every Bernard fight, is this going to be Bernard's old, coming of age fight? You know what I mean? And we don't know that yet, man. I mean, Bernard, even in his last fight, fought better than he had fought in like maybe his last 5 fights. I mean, he fought and throwing punches, was really active, going to the body, getting dirty like he always does. I mean, it was a shade of the old Bernard, but can he do it again? Conventional wisdom tells me that I believe he will. But again, we're always on pins and needles to see if this is the fight where Bernard just really gets annihilated. I don't think it's gonna happen. I think Bernard's gonna win. So by decision, I don't think he's gonna knock him out. And see what else is going on. Oh, Calderon and Segura. I kind of saw this happening. I didn't make a prediction video about this, but I caught the fight kind of like into the second round, and Segura, man, his style was just all wrong for Calderon, and really he's just a way bigger dude than him, man. I mean, Calderon is dude, he's small, man. I mean, Miguel Cotto's like a short dude. And Calderon is like even smaller than him, man. And that's he just couldn't contend with the power. And I think he said it in an interview. He's like strength won him that fight. But Segura, he's the type of dude, he'll take a shot and he'll a typical Mexican fighter, and he just shut down Calderon, man. I mean, that's pretty much it. I read somewhere that he's going to go back to 105. But I don't think the weight really... I mean, the weight had something to do with him, but I don't think overall... I think we've seen the best of Calderon, to tell you the truth. I mean, he's getting older. He went undefeated for a while, and, there wasn't a lot of strong competition for him to face, and obviously you're gonna end up running into a younger, stronger dude, and that's what ends up happening. So that's pretty much it for right now, man. I'll be back to talk about the outcome of Maidana Morales, and I already gave my prediction on that. Check the videos, and I'll be back soon, yo. Peace.